Alright, let's get this episode rolling. It is a bit of a heavier session today, I guess you could say. Hopefully that audio's picking up because, well, we woke up at about 1:20 p.m. I looked at the time today. We were up till like 6 a.m. yesterday, or this morning rather, doing some of our work. Why did I take these off? I don't know. Doing what we love. I went to sleep a little bit. Actually, I fell asleep on the couch at like midnight, 1 a.m.-ish, but I woke up at about 2 and I had some stuff I wanted to do, which was specifically making some short form clips from our stuff over on Yana's channel. And so I did that. I'd made one. I was like, I made a promise to myself to get one done, you know, because it's been a little while. But then we woke up this morning, or this afternoon rather, start of the day, and to the news, somewhat sad I guess in a physical sense, I'm sad about it, is my cousin actually died at war. He was went from New Zealand over to Ukraine. So apparently he was saving some lives, like particularly he was saving like 5 dudes or something like that, and then was killed in action, or someone saw it. They haven't recovered the body or anything like that because there was too much enemy focus there. And yeah, so that's been a weird thing to wake up to, I guess, because I mean, I've had relatives pass away before, but this guy was a little bit younger than me, and like whenever Kate and I would go over to New Zealand and that, we'd hang out with him. He was a bit of a troubled guy. I won't get into why, but I did call him Batman. He was a bit of a, well, without going into the stories necessarily, he was a bit of a vigilante back in NZ. And yeah, so it was a bit odd. Jan was asking, like, she was real good about it, and one of the things she did ask later on was like, how come, or like, why does it make you sad? And it's like, well, it's like losing a buddy, you know? You know, it's not, it is similar to Caden, just not necessarily as close. Like, he and I hung out a fair bit last time I went there, well, golly, 5 years ago now, and we'd message back and forth sometimes. I realized, because I visited our chat, I hadn't replied to our last message, but it was me just asking if he's keeping well in the war and that. And he was like, yeah, living the dream. He sent me a little like 8-minute video of some footage of him in the zone, in the war zone, and in this zone as well. So it's an interesting one. It's kind of like sad and weird, and I'm still letting it happen as it happens, but he did definitely die doing what he loved. It was definitely his calling in terms of that stuff, fighting injustice as at war, and in his mind, for his spirit, and that was his calling. He was a bit of a troubled soul, but yeah. So I know I wasn't even necessarily going to come here today. Well, I was going to, but I did that, had some sessions. It hit me right before a PT session I just had, martial arts, and I got from God to just still do the session anyway. Did that was good for me, and it was like something I could take from it. I was just writing to Deep Seek afterwards, kind of talking through some stuff. I'm very glad that I did the PT session, even glad to be here, because it's like almost a celebration of his life in a way, where he dedicated himself to something he loved. He died doing what he loved, so it's like I can live for what I love, and I'm grateful to be alive and get to do something that I love, and I can devote myself even more so to. So yeah, it's an odd one to think, like his physical body is gone, and that and yeah, when we got here, Young's Pilates class was actually cancelled, so that was an odd one. Yeah, I think the gain on my mic might be too low. When I was editing Jad and I's video from yesterday, it was like the gain was still too high. I turned it down a fair bit, but he and I kind of yell towards each other, especially in the louder gym here. So I got to turn it down to basically 0 next time. Anyway, we're moving. I'll do this set and then I'll change the gain on that. See, I already did a set before. Bit of a high volume pump set, a little bit of back work today because Jad and I did chest and legs yesterday. So I'm just leaving that, even though it was more like glute focused leg work, still can kind of feel it, not necessarily feel it too much in the hammies and that, but it was a good sesh. I guess it really is like gym therapy, hey? Not that this is a replacement for therapy or anything like that, if you need it. But you know, we got it. All right, that's good. That's the second set on this. I don't think I'm going to do too much volume on it. Just a couple of hard sets and a little bit of arm stuff over there. So yeah, that wasn't so bad actually. That was my first heavy set. So maybe I'll just do one more set on each of these and then go into some back. So it's like a little bit of arm stuff because we didn't do much tricep work yesterday. And then I will go on. You can just watch me adjusting the gain on this. Oh, I've already adjusted it, I think, because Yana and I went and did our thing. So now I'm gonna go over to, well, where that guy's leaning. And I'll just be like, excuse me, bro. But yeah, should be all right. Yeah, I'll chuck a 15 on here because I got him here. But yeah, a little bit of arm work to start off because I wasn't too sure how much I was going to do today. And yeah, we'll do a bit of back work because Yana's in the Pilates studio doing some Pilates anyway. Just get some of this fun pump stuff. A little solemn, I think, today, but it's okay. Some partials at the end there. Alright, that's pretty fun. I can actually probably add a little bit of weight onto that, I reckon. Just being able to do 12 full ranges, it's alright, but I like to do a little bit heavier. I'll tell you what, maybe 5 won't be enough. I'll probably add a 10 when I start the next set. So yeah, it's good to get in here though, move on about, do our thing, keep living, yeah man, and just yeah, live a good life still. It definitely does make you grateful to be alive. Just churning the session out. I feel a little bit out of sorts, but we've still been getting our stuff done. Trying to think what I've actually done today. Well, like we said, 1:20 p.m. start roughly. Got to the gym about 2 o'clock or something. Did our like 15 minutes of cardio, I think. A little sauna sesh back home. Got some groceries in that from Coles. Don't really need to log this as a diary this way, but yeah, we had some fun this morning. Well, yeah, and lived life basically. Did our thing. Made sure that we were really putting our best foot forward for this life, and yeah. Then I had my session at 4 p.m. We ate some bread before that. A funny detail to have in there, but yeah, we did like an hour of sparring basically and coaching, and I love what I do, so I'm very glad to have done that. I can see why God was like, yeah, do the session. Because yeah, I can still live my life accordingly and to a new depth of fullness as well, which I'm grateful to be able to do, and with a new level of devotion to the craft. Yeah, and I do realize how good things are life-wise for me as well. Even just the gratitude to wake up, you know, be alive and get to live life is good. It's a gift, and we keep doing our thing. Yeah. I will have to say, I don't know if this is selfish or maybe the wrong thing to think, but part of me kind of thought like, because sometimes things are stressful, and I know this wouldn't be the case, but you know, you do consider it where you're like, I wonder what that's like, just resting forever like that, you know, if you're conscious of it, or just like, well, I wonder if it would be a relief from life stresses, but it's like, nah, when it's my time, it'll be my time, and it's a blessing to be able to do what we do and to choose to have it be easy. It's only like something you feel you need a relief from if you see it as distressful or overtly distressful, and if you think that life needs to not be that, but if you're like, oh, okay, cool, I can be pushing myself to constantly be getting better, you'll probably be all gravy. I mean, it's like in the gym, or we saw, it was UFC 314 yesterday, so we saw Alex Volkanovski re-win the title at 36 years old, and I love Volk. He, one of the things he said is like, adversity is a privilege, pressure is a privilege, as Chris Bumstead says. It's true. It's true. It might be because I woke up a fair bit later today. Going to sleep at 6 a.m. kind of rocked me as well, or getting a little bit of sleep before that and then going 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bit odd. I don't think I like the 6 a.m. sleep as much as I do like the 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. But I'm still keen to, well, I've already done good work and good stuff so far. Keen to get the work day rolling, and that I might end up resting today, we'll see. But you know, I still got the short form stuff I want to do, as well as my own content that we got doing a free live training seminar thing tomorrow. So yeah, lots of stuff. Oh, a couple things that I want to log as well, like a set day to go over stuff with YLC as well. This is just me talking now. Yeah, not too sure how much utility is in these things, but sometimes I think it's good to not necessarily do everything firing off at 100% utility focused side of things, because you can put so much pressure on something being a certain way and being so useful in a session, being like so productive that it makes everything happen, that you forget that it's just getting in there and putting a little bit forward and a little bit forward and like doing what you can, and you start with that, and then it normally grows into more. Then eventually it just becomes who you are, just like me in the gym. So yeah. Same with like when things are difficult with finance and life in general. We consider that, well, I've heard the term before, and I just used it yesterday, but Yana was like, oh, that's a good term. It's finance, being financially fit, or finance fitness, financial fitness is, one there as well, being able to do that. I had some breakthroughs yesterday which were good towards the end of the session with Jad. I was like, oh yeah, don't need to stress about money and that, you know that it's coming in, you trust it and you know it. And even the call that I had yesterday at 4 p.m, the guy just like, I was like, I just trust him to make the decision and not have to convince him and like do all this objection handling and that kind of thing. I was like, well, this is what I do. I hold the value and know what I have. And then he was just like, yeah, cool, give me, like, let me go figure it out. I was like, cool, how long do you need? And he's like, tonight. And then he was like, yep, cool, I'll sign up, I'll do it. So I was like, sweet. Basically just got paid like just over 3K, $3,252 in 45 minutes really. So pretty cool, pretty good, being liberated and realizing it's in your mind anyway, so you're the one that gives yourself the permission to do that stuff, which, you know, we were talking about with Jad yesterday. That was a big session. It was like 2-hour gym therapy session. And yeah, I don't want to harp on about it, but I will acknowledge that episode 13, that was initially, Jad's session was episode 14, but episode 13 was there. I thought I uploaded it, and then so I deleted it from my computer to clear up some space. And I had already deleted all the clips off my phone, and then it didn't upload properly to YouTube. So episode 13's gone. I don't really remember what it was about. Here's my yabna. I'll just do one more set, and then we'll be done. You guys know yabna? Done?
Hopefully it's still recording because I've called you for
Oh really? It'll still be recording, I think. But yeah, you done? Okay, I'll just do one more set. Yeah. You wanna watch me? I was like, you wanna watch me? I'm just being silly. But yeah, cool. Cool. Yeah. And I've done some another session that like just ended up being more of a rest and talking session with one of the guys from the gym here. I'll give some thoughts about that another time, but really about pursuing passion, building your life around it, and having your businesses work for you. But then, if you love it, it's an absolute privilege to create a job for yourself and to work hard on something in a company that you care for, which is what I do now. I'm like, wow, I care about this so much. It's a privilege to be able to work on these things, even while seeing that. I'm like, oh, I really want to keep doing my thing, you know? Let's get this. Ooh, really getting a good squeeze. Ooh, it's kind of perfect. I didn't want to do the rest of the session. I'll do more back tomorrow. Cramping up too. Ooh. Yeah, one of the great things about what I do, and I was thinking about just then, the martial arts PT stuff, is it's pretty cool that I've built something so valuable, that, and another skill that I've built adjacent to that is the ability to charge according to that value. So knowing my worth is like, some of the guys I work with, you see them working all these hours a week for something they like can enjoy, and maybe they have a good amount of skill for it, but they're in those kind of jobs that don't really allow you to have that leverage to be able to be paid well for it, and then having to worry about bills and that kind of thing, and paying for stuff. Because, it's a privilege in and of itself, like we said, but also realizing I'm in this opportunity vehicle and I love it so much, even like making money, and that, like I said, it's really fun. So, well, actually, in terms of stuff we've done this week, so far, it's Monday, but we've made just under $4,000 in a couple of days. Pretty good. One of those is sales. Cash collected will be about 1,200 of that for this week, which is pretty good because then it's like, you think about that, even if you have a few of those per year, per month and all that, then it's like your income is consistent, you know, and especially when you can trust, you just know that everyone will pay their stuff, or yeah, even if they, you know, that's the reality I choose to have for myself. And you're like, oh, security comes from my skills and my ability to be cool with it and trust it. It's like, all of a sudden Jed, the man that doesn't need clients, gets clients. So that's good, having that breakthrough. Alright, that's that done. But yeah, get to do what I love what I do. Got a little arm pump, perfect session duration for me today. Feeling a little flat, but really happy to have gotten in. Got a sick little arm pump. My arms feel pretty good. Feel like the shirt sleeves a tiny bit. And I reckon we'll probably go get some hot pot in that now. Yana needs to eat. And well, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know, sometimes I get a little in my own head and then I think, oh, I don't really need to eat. And then that obviously has a flow-on effect. Carries over to the other days and that, but obviously you gotta eat. Got some steak in the fridge that I haven't cooked for a while. So that probably needs to get cooked tonight or tomorrow. And yeah, that's that basically. Yeah, I had another thought pop up during the thing, but we'll leave that for another time because it also slipped out of my mind. I'm very grateful to be here though, to be alive even, as we were saying earlier in the gym session, and keen to keep building life, helping people and doing our thing, because it's a privilege to be alive and a privilege to be able to help others do what we do, or quite literally, I help others do what I do. Alright, well, that's all for today. This is all the art of being man. You can see the little arm pump there. So, not bad, not bad. Alright, embody that. Be all good, baby. Catch you guys. Bye.